Hello, I'm Jared Oxader.
And I'm Robert Arguelles.
And welcome to Kaijudo 24/7. Today we'll be reviewing the Shattered Alliances set, Civilization Fire. Starting with, our scale for today, we'll have a value, we'll give you a value and a playability. Our playability scale goes from 0 to 5, 5 being definitely a staple, you want to pick these up, and 0 being
not so
playable.
Yeah. Pretty much just a card you put in a box and you don't really ever pull out again.
Yeah.
And values on our cards are just what we believe they'll be settling at. And yeah, again, you can check out prices pretty similar to what we're quoting again at cardsnow247.com.
Our first card is Blastboard Scrapper, 3-drop 3000, vanilla creature, meaning it has no abilities. Value of whatever common is going to be valued at, and a playability of, I give it a playability of 0.5.
It is a Draken, so if you're going to a tournament, you don't have the other Draken, you can just slide this one in your deck and hope. But it's a Draken, that's why it's playable, I guess.
Yeah, but I think there are tons of options at the 3-slot 4 dragons. But yeah, it's a dragon. Moving on. Next card is Blaze Trail Galiflame. He's a 5-drop 7k Evo. He evolves on dragons. Double breaker, and his ability is Hot Foot. At the end of each of your turns, you may return this creature from the battle zone to your hand. So then a note on that, if you do choose to bounce this creature, it'll bounce both bodies, so it'll bounce whatever you evo him on.
Yep. Value of 2, playability of 1. He's a Draken, 7,000. He's an okay card, I guess, if you want to throw him in, but again, there's a lot more efficient and relevant spells.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a Rage Fire in my hand.
Rage Fire Tetsuri, and at that slot and cost would probably be
just a lot more efficient, I think.
Yeah, they're cool tricks because you can choose to bounce them, so if they don't have any counter threats, you can just leave them out there, and if they do, they have a bounce.
But overall, kind of underwhelming.
Next up, we have Cinder Fist, which is a 3-drop spell. Choose one of your creatures. It gets plus 2,000 power until the end of the turn and can attack untapped creatures this turn as though they were tapped.
As far as value goes, not much there, just whatever a basic common's valued at. Playability of 1.5, it does have some potential. I mean, you can kill Keeper of Laws by playing this. There are some reasons to play this card, but
Yeah, a lot of the team argued 1. I actually wanted it at 1.5 just because being able to attack an untapped creature pretty early like that on a 3-drop spell, it can be very good, I think.
It can be very good and very relevant.
Yeah, if you have a bigger creature than one of their blockers, and then you have like 1 or 2 smaller creatures, you can give that bigger creature that ability, knock the blocker out, and then swing in. I don't know that I will see a lot of that, maybe as a 1 or 2 off card. But
maybe, but aside from that, again, you have more cards, more relevant spells you'd rather cast.
Yeah. Next up, we have Magma Ram. It's a Rock Brute, 7-drop, 6k, double breaker. Ability Ramming Speed. When this creature enters the battle zone, banish target enemy creature that has blocker.
Value, not much there. Playability of 1, 6,000 for 7. Just doesn't quite do it for me. And
yeah, I guess in like a popper, if you're playing popper, if you're trying to play no rares, this would be pretty good because it does with double break.
It does have the removal for a blocker, so that's why I guess it gets a playability of 1. But aside from that, really underwhelming.
Yeah, there's a Blade Rush Wyvern who does the same exact ability for 5, I think. So it comes on sooner. It doesn't double break, but by turn 7 it'll have broken 2 shields if you're able to get in with it. So yeah. Moving on. Next we have Onslaught Trooper, level 5, 4,000, with the ability Reload. Whenever this creature becomes tapped for the first time each turn, untap it.
It's not a horrible card. Pretty much it gets to attack twice every turn. Its initial value we think will be around $2, maybe $3. Playability of 2.5. It's not horrible, but again, I'd rather have a Rage Fire.
Yeah, this is a very tricky card. You can do a lot of tricks with it. That being said, if you want to have the tricks available, you're gonna have to build to be able to draw into those tricks. And those tricks might not be good with other creatures you have. So, like, one of the things is you could Magma Madness this guy. Give him Double Breaker, so you could attack potentially 4 shields. The other thing is he dodges Lyra, technically. They Lyra him, he taps down. His ability will trigger, and he'll untap. So
It gets around some stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, at 4,000, it's still a little bit small.
Yeah. So there are better options at that spot, but I could see people playing it and trying stuff with it.
So again, we put an initial value of $2, maybe $3, and a playability of 2.5.
Yeah, it could surprise us. Next up, we have Sky Crusher's Volcano Ship. 9-drop, 8,000, Double Breaker. First ability, Heavy Weapons. This creature can attack untapped creatures. And then Command Center. Whenever this creature wins a battle, choose one of your other creatures. It can attack untapped creatures this turn as though they were tapped.
We put an initial value of about $4, a playability of 1. Overall, not amazing. There's a lot more relevant spells we'd like to cast, and we can't see it being too playable.
Yeah, at 9, you'd just be rather dropping in Furnace. And if you want to attack untapped creatures, you'd be playing more at 7. So, like, the flavor's cool and the picture's pretty awesome, but as far as a card to see play in tournament play, I don't necessarily see this being a game changer. Next up, we have Sky Talon Harrier. He's a level 4, 3,000, with the ability Squadron Leader. Whenever this creature attacks, choose one of your other creatures. It gets fast attack until the end of the turn.
Our value on it, it'll just be whatever an uncommon is. Playability, not really much there. Just give it a 1.
Yeah, with the previous card, you could... Was that with the previous card? No, not with that guy. With Onslaught Trooper, 2 previous, you could play him, then you could play the Onslaught Trooper and swing, and then give the Onslaught Trooper haste, and then swing twice. It's pretty rough. So playability
really
1.
But playability 1.
Yeah. Next up, Sledgehammer Slammer. Pretty fun, Sledgehammer Slammer. Level 4, 3,000, powerful attack, 2,000. You know what? I gave it a playability of 0. Yeah, I'll stick with that.
We have to stick with that.
Value of whatever.
Moving on.
Yeah, but when we were at the R&D session, they were talking about the Way of the Hammer. Apparently, there's like something with the flavor text with that. There is another card, I believe it is out of Rise, that has the flavor text for the Way of the Hammer. And for those of you that are interested, it is Slam, Bam, Wham. So if you can find Slam, Bam, Wham on another card, that's going to be a recurring theme, I guess, in some more cards here in the future.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe Berserker support is what we can see.
Who knows?
And our super rare for red from this set is Forge Lord Vesuvius. 7-drop, 6,000, Double Breaker with the ability Rekindle. Whenever this creature wins a battle, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 5 cards.
Initial value of $10. Drawing 5 cards is pretty good. So if you can get that trigger off, it's almost game changing, and a playability of 2.5.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are underwhelmed by this ability. I don't know what happened in Duel Masters or what games these people are coming from, but in Magic, now this is a different game than Magic, obviously, but this is just kind of a baseline example. In Magic, the ability to discard whatever hand you may have and draw into a fresh hand of 5 cards is very strong. It's a very powerful ability. In this game, it's less good because we don't have a second main phase, but being able to just like, if you're down to, he's obviously 70, be the top of your curve. If you've curved out, played him, no hand, you draw for your next turn, mana zone it, biff something.
You're just way ahead now. You got card advantage, you're going to get ahead. And
they have to play around this guy. He's either going to crush a creature and refill your hand, or he's going to crush 2 shields and progress your board state. So.
And, I mean, is he a dragon? No. But a little underwhelming there, but still.
Yeah, so I think that's what kept him from a playability of 3, because he wasn't a dragon. But
moving on.
No, that was the last card for red. Oh. So thank you for watching our Shatterline set review, Fire Civilization. If you're in the playlist, feel free to move on to the next one. I think we're moving into our last monocolor, which would be green. If you've watched all of them, this is the last one you watched. You just finished up. Thanks for watching. I'm Jared Oxader.
And I'm Robert Arguelles.
And we'll see you later.